What's up, guys? In case you can't read, my name is DavidCigam, and this is my 2016 WWE Backlash preview review. I just got finished watching SmackDown's Backlash, and I'm here to review it. And what's crazy is that this Backlash pay-per-view was like 2.5 hours long. It was literally shorter than Monday Night Raw. Like, we have a WWE pay-per-view that is shorter than Monday Night Raw. That is insane, in my opinion. And before I get into Backlash, one thing I want to talk about real quick is CM Punk's UFC 203 fight. And man, that was a huge disappointment. The only result we got out of that match was that we realized that, you know what? Wrestling really is fake, guys. Wrestling is totally fake. And a wrestler really can't compete. But the craziest thing about that fight was that CM Punk's like 37 years old, and the guy he was fighting was 24 years old. And CM Punk looks like super skinny, and the guy he's fighting looks super jacked. And like, I'm just thinking, we have a 37-year-old versus a 24-year-old. Like, if we go by that dating equation to see how young you can date someone, you know, half your age plus 7, that dating equation, CM Punk literally could not date his opponent. Like, the youngest person CM Punk could date using the dating equation would be 25, and his opponent was 24. I don't know, I just thought that was insane. That the age difference, the size difference, the experience difference, like, CM Punk just got his ass kicked. That was terrible. CM Punk did not do like a single move. And I know this is supposed to be a Backlash review, but I just want to talk about that match real quick. And you know what? I'm gonna start the clock, and we're gonna talk about Backlash. I got 5 minutes. Gotta get ready. All right, and let's go. And this pay-per-view was short mainly because it was a 3-hour pay-per-view, but there's only like 5 matches. Well, there were 6, and then there was like 5, and then there were 6. I don't know. It went all over the place. We start off with the Divas. Excuse me. I know I accidentally said Divas. The Women's 6-Pack Challenge for the SmackDown WWE Women's Championship. Man, words are too long for me tonight. And am I the only one disappointed that this wasn't like an Elimination Chamber match? Like, I thought it would be cool to have this in an Elimination Chamber. I mean, the 6-Pack Challenge worked well too. There's some stuff in that this is what happens when you film this live. Some stuff in that disappointed me. For one, Natalya made Naomi tap like faster than CM Punk tapped at UFC 203. Like, she just like, as soon as she got locked in, she was like tapping. It was like really unenthusiastic. It was just pretty weird. And I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of this match. At the end, it was Becky versus Carmella. And let's be honest, did anyone actually think Carmella was going to have a shot at that title? Carmella is probably one of the worst wrestlers out there in that match. It'd be kind of cool if it was Natalya or even Brie or someone who actually had a chance to win it. Naomi had a more believable chance to win it than Carmella, but Becky beat Carmella. She won, which I'm happy. I predicted that was good. And then Randy Orton, he wasn't cleared to fight tonight, so we kind of, I think we saw like a little promo after. I don't know. We saw some promo where Bray Wyatt just beat Randy Orton up, so he couldn't wrestle tonight. Anyways, the next match was the tag match between the Usos and the Hype Bros. It was actually a really decent match. Honestly, all these matches were really decent matches. Even the women's match was decent. Some parts of that match was just really sloppy, and I just didn't really enjoy it. But it was a good match, and like I said, the Usos were gonna win. They were gonna win in like a dirty way, and they won in a dirty way. But they won in a clean, dirty, heelish way. And there was a lot of like NFL football talk in this match. The NFL season started today, so they were just talking about that, like describing a certain move as like an illegal tackle in the NFL. And then after that we had a pretty funny promo with Slater. This promo kind of like made me wonder if Slater was going to lose, because he was talking about how he's kind of sick. He has like food poisoning. So if he were to lose, it would kind of like, you know, it wouldn't really bury him too much. But it was a decently funny promo. After that we had The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler, and this was a really good match. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed this match. It was a very enjoyable match. The DDTs in this match were completely fucking sloppy, though. That was the only bad side to it. I was kind of hoping Dolph would win. I figured if Dolph didn't win, he was going to be buried, but that didn't happen. Dolph actually looked really good in this match. And the only reason Miz won was because he cheated. His wife pepper sprayed Dolph Ziggler, so he won in a really dirty, heelish way. This rivalry could go and be a pretty decent rivalry. I like to see where it goes. The match was good. I think they can make good matches in the future. And then this is where Bray Wyatt came out and like, oh, Randy Orton can't wrestle, well, I win. And then he had a surprise opponent versus Kane, and that match actually ended up being a pretty decent match. It was like a no-holds-barred match. Someone went through a table, there was a steel chair, Randy Orton came out, RKO'd Bray Wyatt, Kane won. It was a decent match. And then after that, we had the Heath Slater Rhino versus the Usos match, and that was actually a good match too. I was kind of disappointed with Richmond. Richmond was kind of a fucking boring crowd, honestly, and they didn't have Heath's kid sign. Heath's kid signs like Dallas had. And I mean, I don't know. The Richmond crowd was kind of like, eh. Sometimes they got into it. A lot of times they were like, whatever. But anyways, Heath won. Him and Rhino won. Like I kind of predicted, they were gonna end the whole like free agent storyline. So now Heath and Rhino are the tag champions. They beat the Usos, and it was a pretty clean match. For the most part, between them and the Usos, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. The next match was, of course, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. And like I said, Dean Ambrose is just a boring champion. Like, he could wrestle if it was like a hardcore type deal, but there's not any really hardcore matches in WWE anymore. So him versus AJ Styles, it went on, and there was like an hour left in the pay-per-view, so they could have had a long match. And I was kind of excited. Long matches can be enjoyable. We don't get long matches in the WWE too often, but it was a pretty long match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. At the end, AJ Styles, he won. He won dirty, so Dean Ambrose isn't getting buried. He won in a very dirty way. He's a heel. At the end of the day, he won, and I'm happy he won. I predicted he was going to win too, and he did it, and I'm glad we have a better champion now versus Dean Ambrose, who was kind of a boring champion. I like to see where this rivalry go. Like I said, I like to see it go until TLC. Maybe get a double turn out of it. Maybe see Dean Ambrose go crazy and beat AJ Styles senseless, and then grab the title, and then he's a heel now, and AJ Styles is a face, which AJ Styles is a boring face, but Dean Ambrose might be a really great heel. Other than that, it was overall, for being a small pay-per-view, for having a kind of a boring crowd, this was actually a good pay-per-view. I think every single match was solid. There was no match where I was like, I could just like get up and miss it and come back and like not feel like I missed anything. Every single match I really wanted to watch. As far as match of the night, that's a really hard one. I was going to say Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz, but then at the end of the day, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose was also really good. So I'm just probably going to say AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose is the match of the night. Dolph Ziggler and The Miz, they did it. They did a great match, and maybe No Mercy's they'll do a great match, and maybe No Mercy, Dean Ambrose and AJ Styles will have a great match. We'll see. We'll see where it goes with the storylines from here on out. Otherwise, Backlash was a good pay-per-view. I really did enjoy it, and that's it. That's it for this video. Again, my name is DavidCigam. If you want to see more videos where I talk about wrestling and stuff like that, go ahead and subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, click like, and let me know in the comment section below what you thought of 2016 Backlash if you watched this video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What did you like about it? What did you hate about it? Just let me know. If you hate YouTube comments, I can't blame you. Tweet me at DavidCigam. Anyways, until next time, my name is DavidCigam. Peace out.